Hey, greetings everyone, it's GleeCon, and I'm here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you so much for tuning in. On our last episode, we actually, for the first time in a few weeks, we missed a day. Yesterday, the D&D sesh ran late. It was super fun. We'll talk about it some as we play. But we're going to jump right into this episode. So, the character you're looking at is Gleeconsole. Gleeconsole. She's going to be our Resto Shaman Tauren. She's on Mulgore, and we pretty much have finished the Camp Narache kind of area. So stay a while and listen as we get into her second session in Mulgore. We were about to be done, but then she picked up her Call of Earth questline. So we've got to do that. Before we get into talking and walking and all this stuff, I did say as we went through, we were going to talk about what happened each time we level up. Well, at level 4 is the Call of Earth questline. The only thing that happens at level 5 among class quests, if we look at our spreadsheet here, is the Priest quest. Class quests open at 5. Everything else opens at 10. So at 10, we'll have a lot to talk about. Probably almost a whole episode. Just talking about the other class quests and kind of reviewing some material. But we really have 2 quests. They're back to back, but it's really more because every type of priest gets its own combo. So let's look up In Favor of Darkness. So basically, what's unique about the priests is that depending on their race, they kind of get a different style of move. So your race, more than any other class, is affected by affects your kit, basically. Okay, so In Favor of Darkness would be if you were Forsaken Priest. And you pick it up over here, and it ends up taking you to Brill. It says, there are many lessons that the Forsaken have learned through experience, things that some races can only begin to fathom. And although our path lies in darkness, you will find that a great many things rely on both the light and the dark. Your lessons shall teach you to use both, and with discretion, but heed my words. Never forget we were forged in corruption and left to rot like so much carrion. The darkness is our home. Seek out Dark Cleric Beryl and Brill when you're ready to learn more. So canonically, the Forsaken Priests would tend to be Shadow Priests. Also, it's interesting that right off the bat that while like ostensibly priests are the classes that embrace the light, they are also 100% the ones that would most embrace the dark. And when you get to Beryl, she says, finally you've arrived. Your faith alone will not allow you to pass the trials before you, young one. A sense of urgency and some ambition will help too. And her garments of darkness. So, that's what happens. Everybody gets a robe at level 5. You don't get a special move yet. I think that's level 10. So you are to find Death Guard Kel and heal his wounds. Afterwards, buff him with Power Word Fortitude and then come back. Our power comes from darkness and shadow, but that is not your only role. You've acknowledged that there is merit in knowing the healing arts. This is wise, but before you can know the dark, you must also know the light, and for this I have a test for you. North of the cemetery is a wounded Death Guard Kel. He has protected us from gnolls for some time and needs healing, but you must also fortify his body before he can return to duty. Do both with your spells and then return to me. Our powers make us ideal for so many situations. You'll find that no matter what, though, our ability to mend wounds and increase the amount of damage our companions can take will always be the most desired talents we have access to. Do not let that dissuade you from pursuing other paths as a priest. You can be effective in many ways, but if you truly wish to destroy your enemies with magical energy, perhaps the arcane is more to your liking. You have passed my test with ease. Good. Soon you'll be ready to take on more responsibility, and that road will lead to darker powers, powers that no priest of another race has. There you go. Take this robe as a symbol of your station. You've earned it. If you do not wish to wear it, then so be it. You may do with it as you will, and I and others like us will always acknowledge you for what you've achieved in our ranks. And it's just a 10 armor, 1 spirit, and I think that's the match for all of them. So let's go back and look at the second version based on the spreadsheet. Would be Elune. So I'm guessing this would be if you were a Night Elf priest instead. This is the path you would go down. We want a quest called Elune. There we go. No, that's just called Elune. I don't see it. Okay. Let's back all the way out and we'll look up Elune Classic Quest. It's not Secrets of Elune or Light of Elune. So we're going to have to go in here and, it says for Classic, it is a reward from, okay, so here's what we should do here is we're going to look for the database. We will look for quests, not items. Quests, then by class, then by priest. Okay, and then boom, reset that, and we should have at 5. And a lot of these are yeah, these are all versions of the same kind of thing. Like we got one of them, but I guess maybe it's called In Favor of Elune. Did I mess that up? Was my other one called In Favor of something? Ah, I see. It is. It's called In Favor of Darkness, In Favor of Elune, In Favor of Spirituality, or In Favor of the Light. I was just using a little shorthand there, and I got myself. Okay, so there we go. In Favor of Elune. So this would be the Night Elf version of the quest, and it starts in the land, and it's same kind of concept. It sends you out to the main town. So you must travel to Dolinar when your business here in Shadowglen is done. There you will find Lorna Morning Light. She will instruct you further in the ways of Elune, and it is with her that you will first earn your first garments, denoting your station as a priest or priestess of Elune. Take care. May you be protected on your journeys. When you get there, she says, I'm happy to see Shonda has sent you to find me. Teaching young priests the ways of Elune gives me great satisfaction. Same thing for this one. She wants you to find Sentinel Shaya, heal her, using the second rank of Lesser Heal. Give her the buff with Power Word Fortitude, and then come back. I need your help. I am needed here to train the other students, but you can help one of our injured sentinels just south of Dolinar. She was hurt patrolling the town and could use our aid. Her name is Shaya. When you find her, heal her wounds, then fortify her body with your spells. This will at least protect her from harm longer if she finds trouble. Return to me here after you've done your duty to Elune. You have done well and have served Elune. For that, I thank you. Please take this robe as a token of my thanks. It signifies you've earned your place among our order. If you wish, wear it with pride, but either way, we will always recognize you as one of our own. Go with Elune, and thank you. Same stats. Probably maybe has a different color because they're called the moon robes of Elune. All right, so the next would be spirituality. So that's maybe trolls. So it's called In Favor of Spirituality. My guess this is going to be trolls. Yeah, so this would be if you decide to become a troll priest. It's all in Durotar again. They send you from there, but rather than Sen'jin, they actually send you up to Razor Hill. Aimon, our kind have joined the Horde because they be good for us. They loyal, and they teach us much about things like honor. But our old ways die hard. The orcs may not approve of all our traditions, but that not mean we can't continue to practice some of them in secret. You know this, and that's why I send you to Tal Jin in Razor Hill. She teach you more about our history. She teach you the ways of our tribe. Go to her when you be ready. So that is not, I said Crossroads, but yeah, it's Razor Hill. My bad. So you finally come to Tal Jin. This be good. You already know that we are not the same tribe that once joined with the Horde. We be much stronger now. We stronger because we adapt. The Horde teach us that much. We no longer defeat our enemies and gain strength from them. Now we gain strength and then defeat our enemies. The difference is subtle, but you will learn, you will see. The tribe count on you to learn such things. And then you get the Garments of Spirituality, I'm guessing, are the same thing. You find Grunt Korja, heal her wounds using the Lesser Heal, and the buffing with the Power Word Fortitude, and come back. You be ready for your first test. South of Razor Hill, just out of town, one of our grunts be heard fighting off some of the Proudmoore's old troops. She's not doing too well, and she'd benefit much if one of our kind could help her. Find her name be Korja. Heal her wounds and give her the blessing of her ancestors. You do this, and methinks it'll be sufficient proof that you'll be ready to move on in our ways. Most think it logical that Healing magics be powerful, but not many understand how powerful. You can keep many alive when instead they should be meeting their own ancestors. This healing magic mixed with the ability of fortitude are a very powerful combination of spells. You remember this. It's helpful to all manner of people, warriors, mages, and everything in between. Good, then Cordia lives and goes off to defend our town from those malicious humans. I often wish to remember days of battle where power was shown in combat, and it was the wise who often destroyed those who relied on just their strength. You done good by me. You take this robe now. Maybe it helped, maybe you not care, but you earned it, and I'm proud to call you brother or sister. Same stats. Juju Hex robes is the name of the robes. And our final version, I'm guessing, would be if you are a human, and it would be called In Favor of the Light. So, a human or dwarf, they receive the same one, same spell name. So we'll have to read both, I guess. Here, let's read the dwarf version first. It says, hey, you got a minute, and here it begins at the Coldridge Valley, and takes you out. You've been following the light for long enough that you find your way to Maxon, Anvil, and Karnos. He'll teach you more about the path you're following, and if you were prove worthy, give you your first set of robes to denote your station as a priest or priestess. Now get going. As soon as you're done here, head through the tunnel. He'll be waiting for you. So Brandstock sent you, did he? Good. He's right. It's about time you started taking a much larger step into the light. It'll build character and make you stronger, and that's what you'll need more than anything. Strength of body and strength of will. Because as we've gotten by now, it's going to be the same set every time. This time we're healing Mountaineer Dolph and buffing him before we go back to Max and Anvil in Karanos. It's usually about this time that one of your powers tested to see if they're worthy of wearing robes denoting their place in the church, but to be honest, I got more pressing matters to look into. Citizen of Karanos just came in here and told me about a hurt mountaineer just outside town to the south named Dolph. You heal Dolph and give him fortitude, and I'll consider you done with proving yourself. How does that sound? Have you found Dolph yet? You've probably already learned this, but our ability to heal is very useful. Not only are we able to take care of the wounded, but we're vital to the survival of all those would-be heroes out there trying to make a name for themselves. With fortitude to increase the amount of blows we can take, and our healing magic to keep them alive, there's nothing we can't overcome. Well done. You got the light inside you, that's for sure. Here, take this robe. I'll denote your role in the church and help people recognize you as a priest. Wear it if you want. Later, there will be more tests that you'll have to go through. Do what you can to learn about your abilities and what you're capable of. Try your hand at a fight or two alone, and then again with other travelers. But don't fret none. You're as powerful as they come, and you would get the Friar's Robe of Light, and now we'll do the same thing with the priest. The priest has, of course, same spell name. Starts in Elwyn, ends in Goldshire. Hello again, young priest or priestess. The time has come for you to learn more about our religion. After you've completed whatever tasks you have here in Northshire, please seek out Priestess Jacetta in Goldshire. She has more to teach you and has heard that you are growing strong in the ways of the light. She looks forward to tutoring you more. I'm glad you've arrived. We have much to discuss about your future and your path within the light. And then Garments of the Light, final one. You get the same thing, the Friar's Robes of the Light, so there's actually no difference in the reward. So same thing, find Guard Roberts. That's the guy we saw by the lake, so we were right about that. Heal him, buff him. Normally, I put forth a small challenge to followers of the light to test their skill. I want to see if they're worthy of wearing their first robes, a sign that the church outwardly approves of the priest or priestess and supports him or her. But the situation is a bit different. One of Goldshire's citizens saw an injured guard near the lake to the east of here. His name is Roberts. Find him, heal him, fortify his body, and return here. If you can do that for me, then I will consider your test complete. As you may have already learned, our healing magics are vital to the survival of the people in these harsh times, especially to adventurers and heroes who take up arms and magic to fight back in so many different threats. You would do well to always remember how important that skill is. That, coupled with fortitude, make your companions far more capable in battle, since they'll be able to stand up to a greater number of blows. Do not let anyone dismiss how powerful your magics are. Excellent. With one more healthy guard out there to help the town, we'll be that much safer. I'm glad to see you're already learning to use your abilities wisely. If you feel you're ready for more training at any time, please come back to me. But for now, take this robe. It will let others know that you are one of our order. If you don't want to wear it, that's fine. Later there will be more tests, and this robe isn't necessary for those. Okay, so we finished all that. Now we can get back in the game. What we're going to actually have to do now is work on our own shaman stuff. So we have the Call of Earth. They want us to get this ritual salve from these guys. There's no real buffs other than rock biter weapon we should have on ourselves. So we're going to go back out and kill. So perhaps we should have done this before. So, order of business. You may have noticed it's been a few days since we've done an art book. And this is because the last one we did, it was extremely hard to find. And we've now dried up completely. So not only do I have to finish uploading the cinematic art book, which I'm going to do, which I'm in the middle of. I'm about halfway done with it. But I left it at the office, so I won't be doing it today or tomorrow, but I will try my darndest I'm going to try by Monday to start working on that one. But the Warlords of Draenor, and this is beginning a theme, the future art books from this point forward, or at least for a while, they are not easy to find at all. So for instance, the Warlords of Draenor art book was not released or sold. It was only included as part of the special collector's edition of the actual game when you physically bought it. So you can only find that crap like on eBay or resellers now. So I did see, and I was very tempted because I couldn't find one cheaper than $50. The only good thing was the $50 one does come with the soundtrack. So it's again adding to my weird niche collection of World of Warcraft stuff. But I did see somebody who has the book, a YouTuber who has like 17,000 subscribers, but they're an ASMR YouTuber, which I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm old, I get it. I just don't understand the appeal of ASMR. It's so stupid to me. So stupid. I just don't get it. But I mean, some people are really into it, I guess. I don't know. If you're on drugs or something, or maybe you just really like it. I don't freaking know. So, without really understanding it, I really probably shouldn't judge it, but man, I guess. But it's just this girl, this Swedish girl, reading it, and she's just talking about it. She doesn't read it, and she goes over it. So I was very tempted to just mute her and then have us, but like her hands and face are in it all the time. And where did we get this salve from? The shaman specifically. There's only a few places where the shaman can be fought. And then I thought, well, she's a YouTuber with her own following. I don't want to like use her video in my video. That's a little weird. And plus, I would be. It did take her. She went through it about as fast as I did because she did the whole book in about 45 minutes, and that's a little faster than we go through because it does take us from about 45 minutes to an hour to go through the book. So we could have done it, but I also wanted. She's got it like laying on the table, so we would be at like a weird angle. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to bite the bullet and drop $50 on it. And then I just previewed and looked ahead. The next book in the series after that, equally hard to find. It was like a special thing at BlizzCon or something like that. So it is... The pace of the art books is going to slow down for a little while. So I do apologize for that ahead of time. I will still keep cranking up these every day. But it's because I have to find them and then... Yeah, there you go. Use my Earth Shock. So great. She did not drop one. Pain. Or he, or whatever. I don't know why the robes are dressed like. So we have at least the next few books are going to require an uploading period. And normally, like, if it was a chill time, if I was either working from home at this time, because every now and then I can do that, or, like a chill work time, I would try to make it work. Like, but I'm in the crunch time from now until basically the end of May. Nothing is, there's no chill. So I don't, there's just going to be no time, so I can't do that. Also, it may even get worse because, like I mentioned, I maybe will have an opportunity. I don't know. I'm in this very nebulous situation where I kind of mentioned before, where there's a chance where I'll be getting massive promotion. I've talked about it over the past, I don't know, 6 months or so on this show, that I've been kind of working towards something, and then all of a sudden, something has kind of fallen into my lap where there's a chance that I could just skip, like completely move out of my job and end up working like at the actual like headquarters basically, and being one of the top people there. And I don't know, you know, it's those kind of jobs, there's an intense level of competition for. So I've been trying to just take it with a grain of salt and not like get my hopes up or anything. But I talked to somebody from there. There we go, one of the salves. But anyway, basically, there's been like they've been saying that, or what I've heard is there's a buzz going around. My name is one of the buzziest names. It's kind of like I'm like a dark horse candidate or something like that. Where, but yeah, I'm one of the buzziest names going around, and the person that I would be replacing has quote unquote been extremely vocal about it being me. So that is something I'm gonna have to kind of just navigate and see. But the way that it works, because of like the legality of the situation, they have to post the position, and like, you know, it's kind of like the Rooney Rule in football. Like they have to let a certain amount, they have to do a certain amount of interviews, and they have to do a certain amount of, they have to leave it open for applicants for a certain amount of time. So that window lasts through this weekend, and so I can't hear anything until Monday at the earliest, and today's Saturday. So I'm in this zone where there's nothing I can do and wait. And I've been so stressed about it all week. It's been this positive, negative stress. Like, I can barely stop thinking about it. It's such a new and exciting opportunity, and but other than like, you know, third parties kind of, or like people that are a little bit down the grapevine that I've just heard, even if they might be above me, even if they might be like corporate or whatever, and I've heard encouraging things, but it's still like I've heard nothing direct. I haven't had a call for an interview. You know, I haven't had an interview scheduled. I haven't heard anything. So it's all been like back channels, texts, people. This is what I hear. So I'm really just trying to live my life. But in the meantime, last night I went and played Dungeons and Dragons, and I will say it was the first time all week that it was such a fun, it was one of the most fun Dungeons and Dragons sessions that I've had. And when it was done, we probably played for like 3 hours or so, and when it was all done, I realized, I was like, holy crap, I didn't think about this thing that's been just preoccupying my brain for the past 3 hours. Like, I literally didn't think about it once, and it was nice. It was like a soothing balm on my brain. So that part's good, and I'll let you guys know. But if that's the case, there's a transition plan, and the workload's going to get extremely hectic. I will still keep producing these every day, and one of the things I think that's good about my show, and why we've hit a little popularity spike lately, is that I don't talk about this crap, but you know, you guys are also, over the past 2 years, my like digital family, so I got to share a little bit when this crazy stuff's going on, but that's that. So we did get these salves. I guess we had to get salves. I've always had a hard time with that word. But they basically said, I'm getting stronger. The earth is guiding my people. I guess the bristleback are into the earth, and they use a salve in their ritual. So this isn't like a healing salve, but this is something that is going to help us with our own ritual, because we have to do the call to earth. We have to get our first totem. And it's good that we found it back, because one of the most annoying parts of the shaman is you lose 4 backspaces, the totems. The earth is patient and will wait for you until you are ready, because she knows in time all things erode and are reborn. It is the cycle of things. Mountains become deserts, rivers become canyons. The earth is the most stubborn and wise of all the elements. You must learn patience and stamina above all things. The earth calls for you now because she feels you are ready. Consider this your rebirth if you succeed. You will never be able to go back to ignorance afterwards.
Good adventurer. Your return here signifies that you are indeed prepared for the next step. Of all the elements, earth represents the foundation of all things. It is your strength, your stamina, and your patience. The Earthmother will protect you, but only if you show her proper respect. She is the basis for life, and by observing her laws you will gain a greater wisdom. Never forget the secrets she shares with you. I shall make your Sapta for you now, and by accepting it, a new path will open before you.
Excuse me. So, on all of these quests, you end up having a Sapta being made for you?
A Sapta is a drink created to bind our spirits to the elements.
Never heard of that.
Fused with magic, the potion will allow the open-minded to see the elements as no one has seen them before. Your spirit will forever be tied to the element the Sapta was created for. And only a select few of our kind know the secrets of its creation. The Sapta is always imbibed in a holy place, and never anywhere else. Seek out the shaman shrine to the east of here, and drink of the Sapta.
So if you notice, I have not been going over and checking off the spreadsheet, because I don't really do that for the class quests. So there's also a repeatable quest, if you notice right here, called Earth Sapta. If you were to somehow lose your Sapta or time out or screw the quest up, you can do the repeatable Earth Sapta quest. It's not available right now because even though it's showing on Questy, they actually kind of mess it up. Questy's not exactly right. It will appear, but it's like at different times. But anyway, they just want us to head back out maybe to that thing. So if you look at the Earth Sapta quest line, it just basically says nothing. I'll give you one in good faith. You already proved yourself once, but me thinking you should be more careful in the future is the troll version of that. And it's probably something to that effect if you do the other version. Related, yeah. So the this one, which says, take this and remember it is sacred. So stop screwing around. Stop. Oh, so that's what this thing was all about. Stay off my lawn. That's what the pig says to me. Stay off my lawn. So I didn't realize that there was this whole, I guess I should have known. I'm like, why is there not an awesome World of Warcraft Dungeons and Dragons? Now, nobody's doing it exactly like I'm doing it, but look at this 5e Warcraft D&D. I just got to show you this real quick. I didn't even realize that there was this book. Look at this. It's a full, but it's more like a source material. I saw a cover of it. Where is it at? A Dungeons and Dragons fan makes a massive homebrew book. Dude, I'm making a massive homebrew book. Doesn't really say, I guess. Excuse me. So I don't know exactly where they're going with it. Look, there's the Hero's Handbook. So they just have been making a ton, more and more pages. They're giving you all of these different classes. So that's all cool, whatever. But it's not, and I did see another one. I saw a campaign. I'm just sitting here. Is it this? So yeah, somebody made it in GM Binder. So it's called Champions of Azeroth. Yeah, so it's just all of these people that have Warcraft-inspired stuff. But again, its classes really... I'm still making my one with the code here. So again, mine is Dungeons and Dragons related. Mine's a campaign. It's not a source book. A lot of people go with the source book material, but if you look, I've really been spending. I've got like 30 or so pages. This is all cranked out content. I have the first episode, which will take the characters from level 1 to level 2, an adventure that we get you from 1 to 2, pretty much done. It's taken us 6 hours as my group, and we are right here at the very, very, very end that I'm actually literally writing. I was going to kind of make it up as we played last night because I knew the details, but it's actually coincidentally, as far as I've made it, which that's where I kind of am wrapping up. I should be done with the first chapter right there. That's right where we got it, and it's been a ball. It's been quite fun. All right, I don't know if there was a timer or anything with that, but if so, I screwed that up. There we go. So it allows the shaman to see elemental spirits, and look, now we can see it. It kind of bling, bling, bling. Second step of Call of Earth. Let's talk to him.
Ah, Legon Soul, pleased is the earth to have you here. Bound together in body and spirit, you will go forward, knowing that the mountains are your strength, the plains your patience, and the world itself your essence. Standing before the earth humbly is all that is required for you to pass this rite. The others are not as passive. They may be chaotic and often violent, but such is the nature of the elements. Dual natures opposing one another. You must come to learn these things intricately. Take this rough quartz from me and bring it to Seer Ravenfeather as proof of our meeting. She will craft a totem for you, and this pebble will be the heart of it. As small as it may seem, you will come to find that size does not matter. That's what my girlfriend says.
Man, I gotta beat this guy up. See, this is where you could see something going wrong because that stupid battle board got up in there.
Than that even the smallest of things can outlast mountains. Be patient, Gleekon Soul. Remain strong.
Look, there's a baby one over there because I can see the minor manifestations now too.
And seek wisdom. This is what Earth asks of you. In the end you shall become one with the Earth. Respect it as it shall respect you.
So I have to bring it back to her. So that's cool. And I can see now, because I'm one with the Earth, all these babies. These minor earth elementals, and we bring the rough quartz back. I think we have bracers. Yeah, we have the armor, the boots, nothing. I can't wear the flimsy chain belt. So we're getting these little items, but nothing major. But we are going to start getting totems, which I love. I'm actually going to move Rockbiter weapon probably over here. Let's toss that to the side because this is all going to have to start to grow. I'm going to get my totems down here, and this is eventually going to grow as big as I can make it grow. And then we might just be stuck with... we're just going to have to see what we can see here. I like to keep my totems separated by the element that they are, but there will be a ton. Yeah, for 17 more minutes I can still have Sapta sight, but I guess that's not... so it's not forever, even though I feel like it kind of should be. Obviously, the Bristleback can do the same thing. They have Shaman also.
How may I aid you? Very well.
See, look, now the Earth Sapta quest is available now.
Take this and remember, it is sacred.
Not gonna take
You
it.
wish to speak?
Greetings, Glee Console. You would not return to me if you had not accomplished your task. May I be the first to welcome you fully to the first path of 4 that will forever rule your travels. If you have the stone the earth gave to, I will give you the totem it promised. If not, then I pity you. There is much pride to be had when you fully dedicated yourself to the elements.
Splendid. The totem I will craft for you is more than a symbol. It has abilities beyond that. One use of the totem is a focus for spells. Those spells are tied to the earth, And as you earn greater and greater wisdom, more of the Earth's abilities will be made accessible to you. Trainers found throughout Kalimdor will know when you are ready for greater knowledge, and will let you know as much when you visit them. But for now, take this Earth Totem.
I sure will. And I'm level 6. So that's nice. And she just gave me rock skin for an hour, so that's pretty cool. I'm all buffed up and strong for the next hour. And I gained my totem. So more important than anything else, except maybe the Hearthstone, is my totem sitting at the top. Love it. I now also gained my first spell in the enhancement category, which is Stone Skin Totem. So that's a pretty good one to have on pretty much any time because it's my only one, but it increases your toughness. And now that I'm level 6, remember, no, we don't have to check the thing to level 10.
The spirits have guided you to me. How may I be of service?
But now we can learn Earthbind Totem as well, and the second rank of healing.
Winds be at your back.
So that's good also. So Earthbind Totem is another good one. We'll put it there. Basically, though, that is a slow, so you typically drop it either if you don't want the mobs running, or if you... Maybe I'm going to actually switch the order because... I don't know. This one's probably going to be the one used more. But this is a second Earth one. But it also is useful if you're being pursued. You drop that totem. That's actually what I use it for more. Nothing enhancement, but we did gain the second rank, 64 to 78 on the heals, so almost doubled our heals. So that's good. We're up to 6, and now we can kind of make our way out. We've picked up this next rank. Let's sell. There's some weaponsmith guys in there, yeah. So unlike the paladin, we actually did hit that 6th level by being here. I'm gonna keep these things right here. The shield and the, because I would like the ability to be able to bob back and forth between those based on the greatest damage stat, all of the above. But we're ready to leave the valley, so we already have one breadcrumb that takes us out, and then we also have a task unfinished, which is, for some reason, they always give you 2 breadcrumbs. They have one that just is a straight go and start questing in the next zone, and then they always have one that's like, let's also give you some food and get you to the inn, maybe because they really want you to go and set a Hearthstone so that you don't hearth and wind up back at Camp Narache, or Red Cloud Mesa is what this one's called. My bad. Is Camp Narache the Baron's one? I don't remember. Or maybe Camp Narache is what they call it later, or maybe this is Camp Narache. I can't remember. Maybe this is Camp Narache. Who the freak knows, man? Don't ask me. It's not like I've played this game before. Now I kind of sound like my wife, where she's always like, I don't play this game. And I'm like, Michelle, we've been playing it together for like 15 years.
Adventurer, please, I beg of you. Can you help me? I have not finished my tasks here on the mesa. I'm in the middle of my Rite of Strength, and my father asked me to deliver these furs to the inn in Bloodhoof. I'm far from rested enough to complete both my rite and this task for my father. Would you mind going on for me? The inn is pleasant and a perfect place to rest during your long travels. I'm sure you'll agree once you see it.
Alright, so we're bringing a bundle of furs. Enter fellow. Well, the task unfinished, and she's basically saying, I still have to do the rites that you just finished, but Daddy wants me to drop these furs off. So maybe her dad was like I didn't check name matching, but maybe her dad was one of the people, like a leather worker or armor smith or something like that. So now we're stepping out into the wider world. I kind of have mixed feelings about Mulgore. In some ways, this is my favorite zone. I just love it. I think it's pretty. I like the greenness. If I always had to choose, I would prefer to quest in a zone like this over a zone that is dark and gloomy. That's not always endgame, and there's also something a little monotonous about this zone. Not just the way it looks, but the types of quests and things. So I do like it a lot, though. On the whole, I have positive feelings about the zone. Elven Forest I really like a lot too. Generic, I would say Elven Forest is really far up there. Don't particularly love Dunmorog that much. Don't hate it, don't love it. don't particularly love Teldrassil. It's okay. Durotar is okay, even though the landscape... I do like Tristful Glades, so I don't know. So what does that tell you? My favorite are Tristful Glades and Elwyn Forest. So maybe we can analyze that. And I would say the mediums are Mulgore and I guess Durotar. So Horde overall starting zones I like more, and then Teldrassil and Coldridge I'm kind of like meh. I mean not Coldridge, Dudmorog. Meh. Now when we go into the secondary zones, Westfall, I like Westfall. Lochmodan, I'm fine with Lochmodan. I like Westfall a little better. The Silver Pine, I'm fine with Silver Pine. Dark Shore, it's okay. I just hate how literally long, like physically, stepwise for your character, I hate how long it is. Alright, so one thing we definitely want is we want to learn fishing. We want to start learning our, as we hit Bloodhoof Village, we want to start hitting our trainings up. We need our skills, we need our leatherworking and our skinning. Those are high priority for us, as well as the fishing. So here is a dude, let's just pick up this quest.
Thank you for taking the time to speak to me, adventurer. I am Rule, warrior and teacher. You have obviously reached an age when you must prepare for your trials if you are to adventure much further out of Mulgore. If you wish a test of your strength, start by seeking out the Wind Furry Harpies to the southeast.
Wind Furries?
They nestle along the mountain's edges away from the road. They are one of our natural enemies here in Mulgore, and will be a good gauge of your skill.
Okay, so we're gonna go take down those Wind Furries. Okay, so we just picked up the attack of the Wind Furries. Dangers of the Wind Furry. I just like that he calls him that. Okay, so we got that one up. We can also talk to a baker here. We can cook here if we had meat, and if we knew how to cook. She doesn't sell. The baker doesn't sell anything good. Alright, so what else? As an intro into the town, we also have this person that wants to pick up a quest. Mull Underhorn, who has the Poison Water quest.
Goblins and their servants have tainted our sacred water wells. We cannot allow this. To cleanse each well, I must create a cleansing totem. Then you must bring the totem to the well and perform a cleansing ritual. First, we will create a cleansing totem for the Winterhoof water well. To do this, the land must offer its aid. Hunt prairie wolves for their paws, and adult plainstriders for their talons.
Only adults.
They are to the southwest. Return to me with the paws and talons, adventurer.
Alright, so off in the distance also you can see like a fighting ring as the warriors are training, which I think is also cool. But we just got Poison Water as a quest. That is actually one of the... Now, I guess this is a Tauren only quest, so if you are following this path, but you're not Tauren, this one won't be available to you. It says, but let me know, that might be wrong. Within this tent, it's one of the three main structures, we have a druid trainer, and we have another
swoop
hunter.
is a cunning bird, and difficult to find and hunt. A collection of swoop quills is a badge of cleverness and determination for a hunter. If you are willing to take up this task, then enter the plains and hunt the swoop. Bring me their quills, and bring honor to your clan. The swoops may be found anywhere in Mulgore, but your eyes must be sharp to spot them, and your hooves must be quick to catch them.
Okay, so now we're going to be hunting swoops. That's a good one too, because they don't appear in any one spot. They just sporadically appear through the whole land. So it's nice to have that one out, because you can just get going and always work on it. You might get lucky and finish it soon or not. This is the shaman trainer, so she'll have more. She has probably everything. Yeah. Yeah, she can train you all the way to the end, so... Or him, I mean. Narm. Narm. Alright, let's talk to the leader, Bane Bloodhoof, who is dope. He is, Bane is famous. Warcraft fame.
Expecting you.
The land has been good to our people, shaman. We must be thankful for our good fortune.
Winds be at your
What brings
back.
you to my village, shaman?
Word from my good friend, Chief Hawkwind. Oh, I can see by his carvings you're of a special breed.
All right, so we have 3 things to pick up. Sharing the land, Rite of Vision, and Dwarven Digging.
Adventurer, there are many conflicts that wound this land. It is my hope that you will not bear witness to as many of them as I have. Yet, there is one that I would ask you to seek out. It will give you some sense of how terrible, if left unchecked, even a small threat can be to the land. Palaman gnolls have settled to the south of Bloodhoof and in a cave to the west. They disrespect our attempts to communicate with them, and they slay the wildlife of Mulgore unbridled. Words are no longer the answer.
Okay, what about Rite of Vision?
The Rite of Vision, one of the rites of the Earthmother, will help guide you toward earning the respect of the elders of Thunder Bluff. Our people have learned that the land is our most holy provider. In order to take part in the ritualistic vision, you must speak with the spiritual leader of the village, Zarlman Two Moons.
Okay, will do.
There are dwarves preparing a dig site to the northwest. They think secrets lie in the earth, and that is true. But hollowing and defiling the land is no way to earn its teachings. Collect the dwarven tools of digging, smash them, and return to me with the dwarves' broken tools. You can smash the tools at a forge. You will find one in Thunderbluff, but any forge, even a forge at the dwarven camp, will suffice.
Okay, cool. All right, so he gave us, we turned in Rites of the Earthmother Step 2. Okay, and then we picked up a few more. So we picked up, let's look and see. So boom, that one's done. We picked up, actually, Break Sharp Tusk. We finished that one. A task unfinished is, that's the red basis. So boom, what did we pick up? We just picked up Sharing the Land, Rite of Vision, and Dwarven Digging. So Sharing the Land and Rite of Vision. Got those 2. And then we also got Dwarven Digging. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. And let's continue along. So here is the actual inn. There's a stable master out front if you're a hunter. Scorn White Cloud, who actually, he tells stories if you talk to this guy.
Hail.
How may I? Come closer, young one. In my time, I could hear the flutter of a prey's beating heart. But now you must speak up if you want your words heard.
Tell me a story, Scorn.
I have run through these plains for many, many seasons. And I have hunted great beasts. And I had never been bested until I faced Ghost Howl.
Ghost Howl?
Long ago, the massive wolf was an ally to the Tauren and fought bravely against the Burning Legion. But he was wounded savagely by a demon. And the tear in his flesh never healed. Eventually, it drove Ghost Howl mad. Now he roams the plains in agony, seeking an end to his pain. To my shame, when we fought, I lacked the strength to slay him.
Alright, so that's your only hint that you get, that there is a quest tied to a rare out here. We can learn first aid, but
I can train you in first
don't
aid
want to
techniques.
spend the 1 silver, and it doesn't hurt us. Actually, first aid is like, this is one of the worst ones to learn first aid in because there's not that many humanoids. We're not going to learn it yet, but we do need
As
this.
the wind on the plains, you are always welcome here.
Yes, young one. What can Kalf do for you? The journey here from the Mesa can be a tremendous burden for some, but a welcome sight for others. Which is it for you, I wonder?
Ah, the furs I was expecting. Thank
I don't
you.
have water.
These came faster than I'd expected. They will make good blankets for anyone who wishes to stay here. Please, feel free to stay as long as you like. My inn is always open and all of our people are welcome here. And don't underestimate a good night's rest. It can make a great difference while you're
Food
on
and
travel.
water. Food and water for sale, but we're going to make this in our home.
Walk with the
There's a little thing there. I don't think there's anything upstairs in this particular inn. Doesn't look like it. And in the back here, we have more visions of the lake. There is what we do need to go onto this lake to find this guy. The fisherman, he's the most important trainer. Because that's one thing we want to start. And yes, guys, whatever, we're level 6. So we're going to do the same thing. We need to get to level 30 together. So we got to buy a fishing pole
I
too.
can teach you fishing skills.
Good, so do that. Alright, so we have our silver. So almost more, I mean, leatherworking is actually more important for us to learn right now. Skinning is. Leatherworking is meh. We need a fishing pole and we need to learn, I might have to sell those two. We need a fishing pole and we have to learn leatherworking ASAP. So this is Brave Ironhorn. I don't know
Well, what
They,
are you
the
looking
Braves
for?
serve as the guards. Varjun is a troll quest out here. Big troll guy out here.
I be seeking someone, adventurer. Please, leave me be. It is important I find them.
So within here we have another brave. Here you have a trade good person, so I can buy a fishing pole. So that has taught me a skill. I also have... We are going to need that, but I'm going to need a skinning knife, which is 82 silver. So even if I were to sell those two, I wouldn't have 82 silver. So we're going to have to, like, as of right now, pause and go out. I mean, 82 copper. And what do we need? Well, we can fish, but we can't really do anything with it yet. So we're not going to quite fish. We've got to get ourself going. So in the general tab, though, we will add fishing on. And I'm thrilled that we have a fishing pole. But let's finish our quest pickup for now, and we have to kind of do short little bursts because we need that. It doesn't matter if we learn skinning or not because we can't afford a skinning knife. So Mazranash is another quest that has us do a lot of things. That's the graveyard right there.
My grandfather told me stories about his battles with a strider named Mazranache. He told me of its demonic red eyes, razor-sharp talons, and venomous bite.
That's also an elite you can fight. You just
While
don't have to.
traveling across the plains, I encountered it, and it took a nasty
And I
bite
actually
from
think
my
he's in the
shoulder. He was
Barrens.
as terrible as my grandfather described. I will need some hard-to-find animal parts to clean the infection from his bite. A wolf heart, cougar femur, plain strider scale, and swoop gizzard. Hurry. Time is of the essence.
So he says that, but it's not. So we just picked up Mazranache. So that's cool. We got that quest as well. That's one that just generally has you killing everything. And since you already kind of need to kill everything, it's a nice combo. Oh, I forgot we also did turn in an unfinished task. So we actually need to copy this one down. Boom. Take that off. Boom, boom. We need to get an unfinished task. Where was... Oh, did I never... Oh, I forgot to put that. We picked it up. So we did do that. Insert and shift down. Wait, let's hold on. So this should be battle boards. We have turn in, turn in. Yikes. So we need to kind of do this whole thing here to not mess it up. There we go. And then this should be an unfinished task. Okay, and that was where we picked it up. Because we did it on the way out of the village. And then we turned it in just now. Actually, that was a turn in. Okay, we also, let's just double check here. We did a task unfinished is what it's called. My bad. My bad, my bad. A task unfinished. Okay, so did we get anything else? Am I missing anything? I think all the rest is things that we just have to do. Okay. And here's our Rite of Vision that we can turn in.
I sensed you would be coming to me, adventurer. I can always recognize one who is trying to pass the rites of the Earthmother. In order to pass through the Rite of Vision, you must gather the reagents needed to make the water of the seers. I will need well stones, which can be found around the water wells in Mulgore. With those, I will combine ambercorn, which fall beneath the mighty trees in our land. These reagents contain magical elements, and when brewed and consumed before the tribal fire, will cause you to encounter a vision. Follow it, and it will lead you to the next step of this holy quest.
Okay, so he basically gave us a recipe here on the Rite of Vision to... He gives us the ingredients, and then he'll come back and make us this, I guess, a juice somehow between the acorns and the stones. We'll get some magic juice, and then we can drink it by this fire and have something happen. Whoopity-doo-dah. Not too shabby. Okay, so we picked up the Rite of Vision. Actually, we're picking up the second step of Rite of Vision. We also finished the first step. So we did this. Let's go ahead and things. We got a lot of quests in this zone. Yeah, there really is truly a lot. So we completed actually Rite of Vision 1. So that one's done, and then we picked that one up. Cool. That's something that I'm not going to rush on, but again, as we go, we'll find it. Now over here, there is a couple other fishing supplies, and the reason why this is important over here, that's a pet trainer in case you're a hunter. You do need to be in this little area, and a hunter trainer. But this guy sells you the all-important recipes you need. He also can sell you a fishing pole, but he sells you the small fish recipe and the long snapper recipe, so we're going to need those two, but those can wait. We're not quite as desperate for those as we are for the skinning. We really need that because we're going to be killing so many animals, and it would just be a complete waste of good opportunity to not skin all the things that we have to kill. So again, we need about 80 copper, so we need about 60 more. We have around 20 that we could sell if I really wanted to sell all our stuff. But maybe we'll get lucky, we won't have to sell that much. So we're going to just head right out. I just am picking a random direction because there's so much for us to do. As you can see on the map, we can literally go any freaking where we want. There is a guy over here. Let's also pick this quest up too, called the Ravaged Caravan. There's another brave out there. So
a few days ago, we found a venture company caravan traveling under guard on the northern shore of
Stonewall
Lake. We'd lost 2 of our number in an earlier battle, so we were quick to attack and lay waste to the caravan. We left their supply crates, thinking that our torches would destroy anything of value. But given that venture company salvagers have been spotted near the burned wagons, maybe we were wrong. Perhaps you could go to the caravan and examine the contents of the crates.
Alright, so now we've also picked up a Ravaged Caravan Step 1. So that is another thing. It's a little higher compared to some of the other quests, but I'm not really worried about it. Now, poison water with the prairie wolf, that is the #1 thing. That's the easiest quest we have, so it's a great place to start. Okay, our lightning is kind of still weak. Did I miss the fact that we leveled up lightning? Just haven't leveled it up yet. Maybe we could hit. Oh, he resisted my Earth Shock. Oh, and I didn't know he actually had a debuff move. I would have saved it and used it on that. So it is fine. It'd be nice to have that shield back. All right, we got the actual heart we need. We didn't get anything to sell, but we got the heart, which is one of the Mazranash things. We also need these Planescrider things. So Planescriders. That is the other part, so this is that low-level quest. So killing Planestriders and Wolves is really what we should be doing. I don't think they have anything that can hurt us, so tossing out an Earth Shock as an insta-cast, I just like that. Got nothing. So this is not our best. Now I am fighting these guys so close together that it would not be the worst thing for me to drop a stone skin to them. But I don't, not really, we're doing fine. Nothing. So this is unfortunate because we are, there's a swoop, so we gotta get those too. But we haven't gotten a single thing to even sell. So money is hard to come by unless they're gonna pay for it for us. Kind of annoying. We finally got some stringy wolf meat, but that's not for selling, that's for cooking. There's no, I don't see a pine cone among these. We only need 2, so I'm not really that worried about it. Okay, so here's the swoop. I think they can kind of hit you with a disease, unfortunately. We're doing it. Oh, and they did that, a little, basically a knockdown move. It hit a little harder, though. We got 1 swoop quill, but we need 8. So I guess we're just going to do our best, and I'm really bummed that we cannot skin all these guys. So it might be better for us to set down toward the Pale Mane, because we're not getting any money from them. That's really what this is all about for me right now. I want things that I can sell. Yeah, we're getting stringy wolf meat. We're getting wolf paws. Things that we need, but... So we'll still continue to kill, but we are wasting prime opportunities. So let's go, since we can't skin yet. Let's go to the Pale Mane instead, because they will hopefully give us gear I'm going to skip all other skinning opportunities. I don't care. Now, I think the Venture Co. hide out in front of these, except for the swoops. They can be annoying to find, so we should probably find those as we see them. Okay, I like that we did not pull that prayer wolf right there. Ow. You son of a biscuit eater. Okay. Yeah, come on. Hit, girl. Hit. Alright, now this time we gained a gizzard, which we need, but we gained an egg for cooking. We did gain one shell, so we finally got a cracked shell. And we got a separate thing. We already got some XP for finding the Winterhoof water well, which we do need this. We need the stones from this, so which means we would have to clear out the Venture Code. This is even better than the Pale Mane. It's a great spot to... Oh, man, our DPS is just... When you compare us to what we were doing as the... We got 1 copper. Come on. We're up to 21, and we literally have 1 shell to sell, which I'm not going to be optimistic about what that gave us. Our mana's pretty low. Flimsy chain bracers. Okay, so that's something else to sell.
So far away.
Don't know what. Let's just assume it can sell for freaking 5 copper or something. I do wish I had that. I don't know. Alright. I'm gonna have to do my earth weapon. Yeah. I guess actually while I'm here, let's go ahead. Yeah. Why not? It lasts for a couple minutes, and that will increase my armor while we're here. Linen cloth. We could sell if we need, but we're gonna really need that for first aid too, so... These are all things I don't want to sell. There's another stone, because we need to. And then we just need 1... I think they call it an acorn? Amber corn, but it's... To me, it's like a pine cone. Alright, we're at 34 now. Okay, we got our second stone, but I would like to kill some more. What is this? At the top, it's something. What is that? Is this a threat meter at the top? What is this? Is it a cooldown? Like, what does this top bar represent? I've noticed that. Typically you see something up there if you're like a rogue. Oh, it's the I think it might be... No, is it time on my totems? Like, is it my proximity to the totems? I legit don't have no idea. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. I'm looking at buff times. I don't think it's just something that's slowly decreasing. Unless it is the time of my totem. Let's see if there's a connection. Because look, it's getting small and I have like 15 seconds. I bet you that's what it is. I bet you it's showing me how long, and there's 4 colors, so it's showing me how much time I have left on my totem. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that as a shaman before. Alright, so I think we might have enough money. Let's go back and find out. Let's get this pine cone up here on the way. Because skinning knife and learning how to skin, that's #1 priority for us right now. So we're going to see what we can see. And we can turn in this one quest, Rite of Vision. Not too shabby. Yeah, we don't even need leatherworking. See, we can drop this. It shows you how long it lasts. And now he will just be stuck in the mud. It's a quicksand totem. Alright, so I just noticed too that we've hit our time. You know what they say? Literally, time flies when you're having fun. It's literally true. And I do have fun, obviously, with this game, and have fun with you guys. So this is the trainer tent. We've got to go into the other tent. We'll turn in Rites of Vision. when we're all done as well. But more importantly than that quest will be figuring out if we can do this. Alright, so let's sell this. 3. Oh my gosh, you get more for the cracked eggshells. Sell the jerky. We're only at 56. But look, oh look, you get 39 from those 3 cloth. I'm selling it. That will do it for us. So that gives us our skinning knife. That's right up there with our fishing pole. Okay. And then I need to learn how to skin. Skinner and leatherworker. This is more important. This is skinner.
Hail.
10. Alright, so we have learned skinning. I can't learn leatherworking yet. I did have to sell those cloth.
Skin, bones.
That will cost only 10. It's not that big of a deal.
Every
But
scrap of leather can be
we need cooking. We need all that stuff.
Allies' armor. Thus, each of us is strong alone, but together.
Could have sold that for 25 too. But I'll keep it. Alright, so that's good. So now we can at least start skinning from this point forward. There's nothing that we have to put on the bar. Skinning is a very easy one. But let's go ahead and turn this in, and we can even pick up the next Rite of Vision, and then that will be what we do. We'll start our real questing and everything next time. Once you have gathered enough wellstones from around the water wells, ambercorn from beneath the trees, I will prepare the water of the seers for you.
I see you have learned to gather from our sacred land, adventurer. It will take but a moment for me to brew the water of the seers. I now present you with the water of the seers. When you are ready, consume the waters near the tribal fire. Once you have ingested the holy waters, it will take a few moments before the vision materializes before the fire. At that point, it is up to you to follow it to your destiny.
Okay, he also says, the water of the seers is ready for your consumption, Glee Console. Alright, so you can drink it right there. As a matter of fact, I accidentally have done this a bunch of times. You must drink it right here. If you bring it with you, it'll be like, oh, you can't use that here. It takes 30 seconds to drink this water, and then it's silly, because look, you don't even really need to drink it. The actual quest is ready to turn in right there. All this does is create a ghost wolf, which slowly walks, and you can follow him, but you don't need to follow him. Doesn't matter. Nothing happens. It's actually, this is all just for the player's benefit. And from like a narrative lore perspective, we're not going to follow that right now. See, he immediately sets off. It's called the Plains Vision. It says he stares to the northwest and lets out a long drawn-out howl, and then boom, he's off a walking. So we will fish next time. We'll do all that other stuff next time. But we are start skinning and learning, collecting our leather. We'll start earning money for some of these other things. But I really wanted to waste as little time as possible getting our skinning going, since all of the quests really have us working in this kind of area. All right, another episode in the pipe, 5x5. I thank you so much, everybody, for watching, for tuning in. And I will see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.